were a bit raunchy and raucous.
We kept you on a really short leash.
Nice to be on someone's leash sometimes.
I was gonna say, with that hair, you better play an instrument. It is so rock and roll. I love it.
I think she's a they. That didn't come out right. Can you do this for, a
You can
donut?
do anything for a t-shirt.
That's like genius.
Welcome to the Rainbow Remix Back to School Rewind. On April 21st, 2024, episode 168, we had Scott Galvin as our special guest. He's an LGBTQ plus youth advocate, and he was sharing with us his work with Safe Schools South Florida. Safe Schools South Florida is an organization promoting safety for the youth in the LGBTQ plus community, not only in South Florida, but also around the world through social media. The organization takes a unique approach by putting young people behind and in front of the camera. Join us for this special episode. And if you want more information on this amazing organization, visit www.safeschoolsouthflorida.org.
So we've got Scott Galvin with us
Yes.
from South Florida. This should be quite interesting. I love the initiative that he's got going. So let's get him in and talk about safe schools.
Yes. Hey, Scott.
Hi guys.
Oh my
Thank you
goodness!
for being here.
He's adorable.
Thanks for inviting me.
He is adorable. I've seen him in person.
Oh, he's got cute dimples. Hi. we
Y'all
were
are too funny.
we're
Thank
just
you.
saying how excited we are to have you on and talk about all the. You're such an advocate. It's just. It's such a like a breath of fresh air to have somebody on that
Thank
is
you.
as involved as you are. And JD was just telling me a little bit about what you've got going on, but we like to hear it from you. I need to know about the safe schools thing because I wish this was going on back when I lived there. I would have so jumped on the bandwagon for this.
Right.
Absolutely.
Too funny. Where do you hold on? I'm moving so that we don't have so much glare from that window behind me. There we go.
There you go. Florida sunshine. What a bummer.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I'm in my back room. That's the office, but there's this western sun that comes straight in the window right now, and so I had to make sure I wasn't all washed out. And
Oh, yeah, there it is.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm in London. I don't get that sunshine yet.
Well, I've never been to London. I've never been to Europe.
Oh my goodness. We need to get you on a flight and get out here. So it's
I agree. What time do you need me there?
well, it's only 8.5 hour plane ride, so
That's okay.
Yeah.
I have been to Africa, so
Okay, that's warm. That's a little
Yeah.
too warm for me.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I'm just happy we just got air conditioning, so summer won't be as awful.
you just got it installed?
Yes.
Oh wow.
It
That's
isn't really
fun.
a thing there, Scott. I didn't realize that. It's not a thing, right? I mean, it's a thing, but it's not popular.
Nobody has.
Right.
Yeah, nobody
not
has it. It's
It's not a
ridiculous.
necessity. So
Not a necessity because they believe that it's only a couple of weeks a year, and it's like it's not. I don't know where they get this from. Like global warming, climate change. Like we have 100-degree days here, and they just get by with a fan. It's like no, no.
Right. Right.
So yeah, we're a little different. My wife is from Australia. She can't stand the heat, and I'm like, I put up with it for 25, 30 years when I lived in Florida. We don't need to be dealing with this like over here.
Right.
No. So
Where did you, Denise, when you lived in Florida, where did you live?
I lived in Coral Springs, but I spent most of my time in Wilton Manors.
Where did you go to high school? Did you go to high school here?
No, I moved to Florida 2 days after I graduated from high school up in Western New York, like near
Gotcha.
Buffalo. So
Okay.
yeah, but I my whole gay existence was rooted in South Florida. So Pride festivals and Women's
Right.
Week in Key West. I mean,
Okay.
honestly, I
Sure.
just think back in those days, like hosting those events and everything was just such good times, man. Such good times.
That's
Pool
awesome.
parties in Orlando.
Yeah, gay days in Orlando, hosting the girls
Yeah.
events. It was so fun, like seriously. And I'm not saying that there's not a great community here because there is. It's just that it's honestly it's a little overwhelming here. Like I was telling JD and all kinds of guests that we've had, I will never do London Pride again because I felt like I was being swallowed by like 1.5 million people. Like,
Oh,
and it's so chaotic. Like it's not organized. Like it's not one street with a bunch of vendors or one park with a bunch
Mhm.
of vendors. It's just all of London. And
wow.
and it's people are just hanging out of restaurants and bars and they're lining the streets and they're I mean it's just like what are we doing? Where are we going? What are we
Where's
what are
the
we
main
trying to
stage?
see? Like, is there something are we heading towards a destination? Is there something we're trying to see?
Right.
It
Right.
was a learning experience, but I'd much rather go to Brighton. Like Brighton is our Wilton Manors. It's
Okay.
like their Pride is like very organized. It's in a park. There are vendors everywhere. There's
Okay.
good entertainment, good stage. They've got an acoustic stage, they got a main stage, they got a women's stage. It's
Huh.
very well thought out and
Right,
really, yeah, really well planned. But London
right.
is just a hot mess. Hot mess. Never again. But you know what? And I'm telling you, I honestly have never had a better time than I have when I'm in South Florida for Pride events. Like, I actually, JD, I'm almost like glad that I didn't make it this year for Palm Beach Pride because that was a washout, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was well, this year you mean with the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rain the first day was gone. And then the second day they were trying to cram everything in from the first day that they didn't
Yeah.
get to. So it was a lot. They got 1 hour and a 1 hour extension from the city to stay
Nice.
open, keep it going 1 hour longer. I don't know if you went to that, Scott, in Bryant
No.
Park in Lake Worth. I
Yeah.
performed this year, and
Okay.
I'm actually trying to find out where to go or who to speak to about performing in at Stonewall Pride, because it's different. You have to go to the actual venues that are sponsoring the stage. It's not the committee that puts on Stonewall, the Stonewall committee that hires the entertainment anymore.
Interesting.
So it's a
Okay.
little more of a hunt to find out who is it that's putting the stages on.
Okay.
Were
And I
you
know, I know,
were
well,
you
I
at
was,
Miami Pride? Was a big
yes,
one, wasn't it? Like Billy
yeah,
Porter. Wow. I mean, what
yeah.
entertainment. Oof.
Well, I'll say this. I was at the parade. I wasn't at all of the related events and everything else. That's just, I'm a working guy. I don't have time to go
Yeah.
hang out on the beach and,
Yeah.
party into the night and stuff like that. But they had a lot of activity going on. The parade was really nice. Weather was good
Yeah.
because even April in Miami can be brutally hot, but it was
Yeah.
not bad.
Oh,
Uh,
nice. What
yeah,
grand marshals though? Oh my God. Billy Porter, June
yeah,
Diane from Grace and Frankie, one of the daughters,
yeah,
right?
Oh, really?
yeah.
How
Yeah.
did I miss that?
I don't know, JD.
Where
I
am
probably should have told you. I'm the one that usually has to. I
I?
should have clued you in. I should have clued you in. But yeah, it was just like so surprising to see such had great headliners, like amazing people. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But are you based in Miami or are you like a Wilton
I
Manor guy?
Yeah, no. I live in North Miami, and Safe Schools, the nonprofit that I work for, is not quote unquote based anywhere. Where we do a lot of digital programming, so we work from home, and our product is available on the internet.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
but we're Safe Schools South Florida is the name of the organization, and so South Florida is sort of where we do most of our stuff.
So
Oh.
tell us what that entails, because I know schools in Florida are having a rough time with anything
Correct.
related to LGBTQ. So how does it work?
So traditionally, Safe Schools South Florida has been around for 32, 33 years, since 1991. So I guess I would make it 33 years now. Safe Schools traditionally worked in schools to, help students and LGBTQ teachers. Back when, and we're of the same generation, I assume your audience is too. You couldn't be out as a school teacher.
Oh,
So
right. Yeah.
finding information that was supportive for school teachers, for gay, queer school teachers, was hard to find. So traditionally, our work was very, very much centered around actual schools with gay student alliance clubs, with teachers who are the sponsors, etc. COVID and then the Don't Say Gay laws changed all of that.
Everything.
Schools are now locked and closed.
Yeah.
So we are still communicating with kids, but we're just doing it in a digital manner. We have a lot of student hosted online TV shows, podcasts, man on the street interviews. We do a lot of things that don't require kids to be in a single physical location. We host a monthly panel show that we record in a studio, but then is broadcast on the internet, much like what you're doing right now.
Sure.
We will be in the fall starting our own in-person student programs. But that's sort of the future yet to come in another couple of months. Right now, and for the last 4 years, we've pretty much been a digital organization.
Which is so perfect for kids right now, because they're never not on their phones.
Correct.
Right.
Like they
And we have
everything
monster
digitally.
followings on TikTok.
Yes.
For us to
Wow.
when we put out a TikTok video, and
Yeah.
you rarely see gray-haired old white men like me. I'm purposefully making sure that when we post something, when we have a show, it's kids, because that's our mission, is communicate with youth. Well, youth are not going to tune in to look at old men. They're going to tune in to look at kids like them.
Right.
So, our videos, when we post something on TikTok, for us to get 50,000 views is normal.
Wow.
And that's
We have,
great. Yeah.
yeah. No, we have large followings on the social media platforms. So, it's experimental because nobody else is really doing that. So, we've had to tinker with it to see what works and
Sure.
what kids respond to the most. But it's been fun. It's been an adventure. And even though we are now going to start doing some in-person kid stuff, we're going to keep the digital things going as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's the lifeline, to kids, really, is anything
Yeah.
digital.
Right.
But so, Scott, does somebody train your folks that are doing the youngsters that are doing the videos, or is it just talking about their own experiences?
So we have three main shows. We have Tiffany Explains It All, which is focused more on pop culture, anime, Taylor Swift, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We have The Tea with Eddie, which the host, is, I don't know, they're all young. They're like 21, 22 years old, all these kids.
Perfect.
But the Tea with Eddie focuses more on current events and politics. And then Taboo Talk with David is focused more on health and HIV and those types of issues. So we have three different shows outside of our Rainbow Roundtable monthly. That's more of an adult show that's more clinical. Um, but all of the kids who do their own shows, they write their own content, they come up with their own ideas, they produce it. Yes, we have, adults who help edit it, but it's all them because that's what makes it authentic and fun to watch.
It's great though. I mean, like those are perfect topics. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like pop culture, politics, what's going on in the world. Like, of course,
Right.
you're going to watch something
Right.
that you feel that's relatable.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's
And then
amazing.
we
Great.
take each show and then we broadcast it on all of the different platforms. So we have a YouTube channel. Our handle on all platforms is at Safe Schools 1991, which was the year we were founded, at Safe Schools 1991. You can go to YouTube at Safe Schools 1991 and watch the full episode. But then if you look at it on TikTok or on Instagram, it's going to be formatted a little differently so it plays well on those channels.
Right.
Same thing with Facebook. Yes, we do put stuff on Facebook. All of our programs come out on Facebook, again, at Safe Schools 1991. But our younger audience is not watching they're not watching Facebook, they're watching TikTok.
Sure.
So, if
Yeah.
for anybody who's used any of those platforms, you have to make the video look a little differently on different platforms so that it fits the vibe.
Exactly. Oh, for sure.
I
So
love
even-
that you're reaching the kids on their platforms, on their mediums, because that's where you're going to find them to watch.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that you're realizing, like, well, Facebook, they're not really looking at. Let's do TikTok and YouTube, and I mean, that's
We-
like half the battle of finding
Right.
people to watch
Yeah.
content.
We've talked about rebranding ourselves, and we probably will within the next year because Safe Schools, right there, that's outdated because we're not in schools anymore. And then our full name, Safe Schools South Florida, we have youth groups in Tokyo who watch us.
Oh, reach.
There was a CPA firm in Boston that did a fundraiser for us because, again,
Awesome.
with the internet, as you know, you're not geographically restricted. So Safe Schools South Florida, that's what we were originally founded with. But we'll probably be changing our name soon because we're not working as much with schools anymore. We will when they welcome us back, but right now like I said, except for the Broward County Public Schools, they're starting to crack the door open a little bit. But schools are closed and locked. South Florida, when we're doing digital program, go live with us anytime. You'll see kids from different parts of the globe jumping in on it. So we need to change our name to reflect a little bit broader of audience.
Yeah, I mean, the reach is incredible when you have a digital format. It really is. And what's great too is that it means that like you like the OGs, right? The ones that were doing it, in South Florida or whatever, like their reach is global, that's really like incredible. There could be kids, like you said, in Asia watching
Right.
what's going on and being a part of that. Probably, I mean, I don't know, like I remember, and this is really like going back with 30 years now. But we would get like an email from somebody that like I won't forget this because I didn't even realize like that we had listeners all over the place. But I got an email from somebody in Ukraine, a girl in Ukraine who said, "I found your podcast.
See?
And I listen to you and Donna like all the time, and I consider you my friends because I can't tell anybody I'm gay.
Right.
And I would love it if you could send me some merchandise, just something for myself with your little logo on it." And
Right.
it meant like so much, like, yeah, I'll take an hour off of work to go stand at a post office and send something to Ukraine, to a listener. Like,
Right.
I think when you're in it, sometimes you just don't realize the reach until someone acknowledges it. So And that was back then, but I think now people are quite aware, that whatever they're doing is going out all over the world. But back then it just wasn't a thought,
Right.
it really like,
Amazing or you reached. It was amazing that you with what you were doing because it wasn't like you said back then. It wasn't like it is now. So
yeah,
I don't think you expected that,
oh,
and
nope.
it it is it is unbelievable how you can be so global so quickly, so easily
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
With
Like your reach is just like unlimited, and I think I think that there's such issues, that go on in high school that we just have forgotten about because we haven't been in school forever, but when you think about the level of bullying and the like, and the thing I'm always amazed at is how kids are so self-aware these days with they're like gender fluid and non-binary, and it's just it's all this stuff that it's almost like you need these things to keep up to know what's going on. So it's it's just it's really cool, like for lack of a better word, that people all over, like kids all over, can kind of come together, with their issues, or what, their I mean, it's like when I look at like all these little pockets of groups that are out there, Swifties and the Beehive and like all this kind of stuff. It's like we never had that kind of stuff, like it's so cool that there's this wave of people coming together, whether it is over politics, whether it is over music, whether it is over sexual identity and learning pronouns and terminology and awareness. It's just
Right.
it's a great thing that everybody's coming together to do. Like tell me a little bit about the people behind it. Was it just you that started this?
No, I mean, so again, Safe Schools have been around 33 years. So it was started by a school teacher who was bullied in the workplace and wanted to not only stand up for himself, but bring together other classroom teachers that he knew of. So in our earliest days, it was definitely more teacher focused.
It's incredible.
The teachers would get together socially and have wine and cheese, so to speak.
Yeah.
Back in those days, there weren't clubs to go to. I mean, even in the early 90s, the infamous South Beach, gay scene
Mhm.
was in its infancy at best. And it was definitely more youth directed. It wasn't
Right.
directed toward 50-year-old men who were looking for a social outlet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the earliest days of Safe Schools was most focused on classroom teachers. It evolved to include a little bit more student focused events. They fell on hard times financially because I'll be honest, donors aren't looking to donate to old men stuff. They want to donate to support kids. That's what
Yeah.
makes them feel good.
Yeah.
So as the group got a little bit older, they didn't diversify the programs enough. And when I came in 4 years ago, the organization was sort of dead. We had less than $4,000 in the bank, and we owed more than $4,000 to different creditors. So I didn't know that when they hired me. I found out after they hired me, they didn't have any money. They couldn't pay me.
Oh,
Most sane people would have walked away at that moment. I'm not sane, I admit it. I have 9 cats. I saw one of them in the window there a second ago. I'm the crazy
Sane
cat
or
lady.
Scott.
Huh?
Sane is boring. Sane doesn't get
Sane is
things
boring,
done.
right? So I saw it as a challenge to remake the organization, and then came COVID, which shut down schools. So now, immediately, like I came on in January of 2020. By March of 2020, schools were shut down. Not only
right.
do we
Yeah.
not have any money, we didn't have any pipeline to anybody.
Yeah.
that's what started our move into digital programming, because I couldn't go to schools anymore. Now, this was a year and a half before the Don't Say Gay laws came into place.
Yeah, yeah,
I had to start doing something different, because if I was going to attract donors to give to the organization, I couldn't say, well, there's this plague that's out there and everything's shut down, so I'm just going to wait until we see what happens. I mean, you remember at that moment, we didn't know where all of this was going
no,
on.
everybody was pivoting and
Right.
trying to figure out what to do
Yeah.
next. Yeah,
Right. So I had to do something that would still give us legitimacy. And that's where we started tinkering with the digital programs. And if you go back and look at our earliest programs 4 years ago, they look silly compared to what we're doing now. But that's
yeah,
true of anything that you do on
that's
video.
growth. That's growth.
Yeah, it's true.
Correct. It's growth. So we started tinkering with the digital programs, and then just as the schools reopened, Don't Say Gay essentially shut them down to us again. So
Man,
then we really had to lean into the digital programming. And so, for 4 years, we've very much been digital, but I know that kids need each other's presence. They're like any of us as adults. We need to be in each other's presence to really have that same
Mhm.
outlet and that same feeling. So we've been working on in-person locations. We're going to be at churches. We're going to be at community centers. We're going to be at private venues that want us to be there. Okay, the schools don't want us right now. That's okay. We'll find a place that does want us.
Of course.
And,
Yeah.
we're remaking our programs to fit that as well. So,
I have to say, I love your persevering attitude towards this. Like, there are so many ways, so many places along this journey you could have given up. I mean, just you got taken on, you got started and they didn't have any money. Then COVID hits. Then the Don't Say Gay laws hit. Like, there were so many ways that, you could have even jumped ship being, the new person. And instead, you just didn't give up. I mean, I love that. I love that in a person, and I love that in a story. Like, that's just an amazing thing
It's
to me.
just like, yeah,
Thanks.
like I'm just picturing you like jumping hurdle after obstacle,
Yeah, exactly.
obstacle,
Yeah.
right, hurtling over them and just
But
keep
isn't that true of all of us as queer people in life? Had to
Yeah.
continuously battle against something somewhere that
Yeah.
was trying to keep us down.
Yeah.
So I think, again, those of us of a certain age who've been through AIDS, who've been through, the time when, the only way we had to meet each other was taking out an ad in the newspaper. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
a personal, right? Yeah,
We've found ways to persevere and still be here. And I guess, that's ingrained in me to a certain extent. And that's why I've been in the nonprofit field and the political field for a long time. And I'd always wanted to work in the LGBT circles because, it called to me. So when this job came along, I was excited for it. And then when I found out, first day on the job, we don't have any money, I saw it as a challenge, and I saw it as an opportunity to do something bigger.
Awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah, that's
You're
where
also a councilman in North Miami, right?
yes,
Are you still
yeah.
a councilman?
Yes, I've been on the North Miami City Council for 25 years, literally next month, May, second Tuesday in May. I'll have been in elected office for 25 years. I'm the longest serving LGBTQ legislator in the state of Florida's history, because there's not many of us anyway.
right.
So somebody who sticks around for 25 years, that's not easy to find. But yeah, I've been
You're
I've
a
been-
busy man.
yeah, too busy. My husband is a saint for sticking with me this long, because it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, even today, somebody knocked at the front door at like 10 a.m. There's a lot of people trying to get you to help them. And the city where I'm an elected official, North Miami, is not a gay city. It's not Wilton Manors.
Right.
It's a majority Haitian American city. It was the first city in America to have a Haitian American majority elected body.
Oh,
So I always say that it's weird. The white gay guy has been around for 25 years in that city, but it goes to show you that there are friends in communities that we don't necessarily think of when we're thinking of LGBTQ communities.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's been a wonderful adventure on the elected official side too. I finally term out in November or December of this year, depending on where the elections come down. So I'm ready to turn that page.
Oh,
Free time. What do you're going to need something now with the free time, right?
I have safe schools. I'm going to be like every other normal person. I'm going to work one full-time job, and then, whatever free time. Okay, I'll go to a movie. I'll go on a vacation.
Right?
I'll go out to dinner. These are things I haven't literally for 25 years. I've been doing two full-time jobs. So, I welcome having more free time on my hands. I can be a normal person. I'm glad that, what hair I have left hasn't all fallen out.
I
Your
bet your
husband-
husband will be happy.
Yeah, your husband will be happy. How many years have you been with your husband?
We've been together, I think it's 18 years.
Wow, that's
How
great.
cute.
Yeah.
I see a kitty. I see a kitty going by. Crazy cat, man. I love
Yeah.
it.
No, I tell you, this house can be a little crazy.
I think it's mine. It's like she's really crazy in the evenings around this time, but not when we're doing a podcast. She's really learned to settle down.
She has learned.
Yeah,
She
right. I mean, how many times have I had to jump up because she's like clinging to a screen or doing something stupid? I'm like, I'll be right back, But
Right.
now she's
She's
just
hanging on the screen. Yeah.
yeah, she used to hang on the screen when the neighbor cat outside would come to the window. So yeah,
Yeah.
she's a big girl now. She's learning Wednesday nights. Mom's just gonna sit there and talk. That's it, and it's not gonna be to me. So she gets it.
Pets are awesome.
Yeah, honestly. It's so funny. JD just got an office cat. I'm so proud of her.
Yes, we adopted her. She was hanging around. She was born outside in our yard. I have a pallet and crate business, and
Okay.
she was born outside. Her mama had like 4 kittens. We found a home for one. One we tried to save, but she was born sick and she didn't make it. And the other one, he just went out on his own. And then just we're left with I call her Fiona. I named her Fiona. I wanted a British name, Denise. Is that kind of a British name?
It is a
Fiona.
little bit. It sounds, yeah. Gina works with someone with that name.
So we have her in the office now, and she is adapted now from being the little street cat. She doesn't drink her water unless it's bottled water. She doesn't eat something if you put it on the floor. You have to put it in her
wow.
bowl. Yeah, she became the little diva.
Yeah, she's
So-
an indoor girl now.
I love it.
Absolutely.
That's great. So Scott, you do you guys have events where people can donate, or is it mostly through like how do you fundraise?
The same way every nonprofit does. We get some grants, though not too many of them. We do in-person fundraising events. We have our website, safeschoolsouthflorida.org, and people can donate on the website. So, that's my primary role as the, executive director. We only have 2.5 staff members. We're still pretty small. But the digital programming is handled by our COO. That's his specialty. That's what he knows how to do. I mean, if you asked me how to post a video, I'd be like, how does this work? I don't understand. I'm 55 years old. So the digital production goes to Harold, our COO. Tiffany and Eddie and David, our hosts, are just volunteers. And so my primary role is to get out and talk to donors and talk to people who would give to the organization.
Okay.
So we fundraise the same way that any other nonprofit in the world does, digitally, in person, grants, that kind of stuff.
That's great. Wouldn't it be great to like have an event?
I'd love to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. We should.
Concert.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We could do a concert. I never thought about that. We're actually looking at doing a movie night. So we've in addition to the short videos that we've produced, we've also produced one 20-minute film that focuses on, it's called Gen Queers, GEN, instead of Gen Z. There's Gen X,
Oh,
Gen Z,
uh-huh.
Gen Y. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
queers. We insert the word queer between Gen and Z, Gen Queers. And
Oh,
it's a 20-minute video with 5 or 6 different kids, high school and college age, telling their stories. We're going to be submitting it for awards. We're going to submit it for, local Emmys and things like that. We've done some work with PBS. That video actually, Gen Queers, has been shown on PBS
Oh wow.
in
right.
South Florida. We've got another video that we have in the tank that tells the story of that original teacher who started Safe Schools, where he tells the story of him and his partner walking on the beach one night in South Beach and getting jumped and getting beaten up, and how humiliated they were and why they ended up starting Safe Schools. So we're gonna do a video night sometime later this year, because I want Robert, who's the original founder, to be there for it, and he now lives in North Carolina and he's older, so I have to wait for him to get back into town.
Oh yeah.
But we're gonna do a movie night where people can come and
Nice.
have some popcorn and
That's
watch the videos. Yeah, at the Gen
Concert.
Queer. Say again.
I'm sorry. If you want to do a concert, if I could help you arrange that, we can organize something like that.
Yeah, something like that would be cool. And like anything we did, we had a couple of drag performers just for Miami Beach Pride. We had a drag performer who performed at the pub in Wilton Manors
yes.
as a
Nice.
fundraiser. Last year we had, I'm sure you all know who the RuPaul's Drag Race is,
Yes.
but we had one of the queens from RuPaul's Drag Race. Her name's Heidi N Closet.
Oh God, one of my favorites.
Yeah, and Heidi
Yeah.
came down and she did a drag performance for us at Hunter's as a fundraiser. So, you have to be inventive and open-minded to concerts, to drag, to in person, to serious, to funny. As a
Mhm.
way, it's not easy. There are a lot of nonprofits out there. Everybody's asking for money, especially in the gay world. The same gay fundraisers, gay organizations are asking for money from the same people. So
Yeah.
you have to come up with unique ways to get their attention.
Everybody loves a drag show and like drag bingo and that kind of
Right.
thing. But
Right.
it's like I'm thinking about how much gear shifting you have to do. It's like you have to be in touch with your hosts, that are doing these shows, and they're the ones that know what's getting out there and spreading across the masses,
Right.
the kids their age. But then as far as like donors and events and stuff that are gonna, someone's gonna whip out, a checkbook to make a donation, it's a whole
Mhm.
different gear,
Yeah.
like, oh my God. You're like,
Right.
wow, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that'll keep you on your toes.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work, but I enjoy it. Like I said, I had wanted to work in the LGBT field for a long time. So, it has definitely been an adventure, even though it's only been 4 years that I've been here.
Yeah, like one of my bestie works for Centerlink, which
Sure.
right.
We're a member of
So
Centrelink. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. They're
yeah.
great.
So yeah, we always start off like when I come to town, we'll have a big catch up on, health because we're old now, so everybody's got to talk about their aches and pains and what medications
Right.
they're on and all that stuff. and
Right.
then it's a
What
family,
changed?
right?
What aches and
Maybe
pains changed?
maybe we should have a
Exactly.
fundraiser where all of our people bring their medications together and we all bring them in, and then we take turns just sampling each other's medication. See what happens.
I like
We can
that
make-
one.
We
That's a
can
good
make giant milkshakes out of our medication and let everybody.
I just see me next to the person that's on Ozempic, because I'll just be like, boom,
There
boom,
you
boom, boom, yeah. But yeah, I think the thing, like, well, what happens is, like, we have a nice catch up, and we family, this, that, and everything, and it inevitably turns to what's going on with Centerlink, and I'm always amazed at that. They're constantly with the fundraising and all that kind of stuff too. But yeah, it's a lot of and grants and everything too, which God bless the people that know how to go after grants, because
Oh yeah.
like, I know that there's a lot of
Hard.
money, yeah, and there's a lot of money in that well,
Right.
and I think they count on us not having the patience to do the
Yeah.
work, right? So, yeah, but it is an incredible amount of work, but God bless the people that are in it to win it, because if it weren't for you guys, there wouldn't be these tremendous organizations that are out there doing so much, especially
Right.
for youth. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I remember, like, I when I turned 55, I realized that I was gonna be one of those cranky old people, that are the ones, like, saying to the youth, if it weren't for us, you wouldn't have this kind of, openness, and, all this,
Right.
and, walking down the street with your rainbow this and your rainbow that, and it's like, then I was like, oh my God, like, I don't want to be that person, like, I want to celebrate their achievements, and like, I'm happy that we paved the way to make
Right.
things just a little bit easier, but they have their fights ahead of them. But these kids are fighting for healthcare and rights, and all the things that were in place that are now being threatened.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
it's a different battle. So yeah, I think if it weren't for groups like this that are doing things to get the word out and to create a tremendous amount of awareness, and again, worldwide,
Right.
and like, we're
Oh
probably
yeah.
right, like, we're probably learning other countries' LGBT battles and fights that they have are,
Right.
it's like things you can bond over. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like we're on Gaysa Radio in they play our show on Gaysa Radio in South Africa. And
It's
isn't that the only gay station, Denise,
I
or
think it is.
podcast
I
station
think
in South Africa?
in South Africa, it's called
Think
Gay
about
S.
it.
Yeah, Gay SA, and they contacted us and said, like, can we play your podcast as part of our radio show? Can we add you to our programming? And I was like, yeah. And
Awesome.
they've been so supportive, and they're really good people, and they've got such a diversified
Mhm.
program, like, every day of the week it's something different, and it's really cool to be included in something like that, even if they don't know what the hell we're talking about, like, it's just great that
Right.
they're included, so I think
To
with that,
think they only have the one station, and here we have so much, it is different in every country. That's my point,
yeah,
Denise. You're right.
yeah,
It's different.
it,
We don't
it
realize
really
that.
is. But stuff like what Scott's doing, it's promoting like, understanding, of every young person's struggle, regardless of where they are in the world. Kind of, they can, that's great. That's fantastic content. That's actually, you know, that generation is bonding over. It's very cool. Yeah. Well done, sir, as they say over here.
Thank you.
Thank you for all that you do, Scott.
Yeah, really.
We're,
It's great.
we're all in this struggle together. It's a struggle we've been in together since we were, born or come of age. And, sadly, because of current political events, we still have to fight these fights.
Yeah.
But, we're all in it together. So thank
And
you.
sometimes I just think they underestimate us. They just don't understand, like,
Yeah.
we've got ways, we'll take it to the ballot box, we'll take it to the streets, we'll have marches, we will be heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will be heard time and time again. You can't keep us down. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's great that it's not just our age group that feels that way. There's the youth understand, what it takes. Like, I'm not saying we showed them. I'm just saying they understand. And I think that with technology and digital avenues being the way they are, it is another forum, to get people active and involved and engaged. And it's incredible. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Scott, thank you so
Yeah.
much for taking time out
My
Thank
pleasure.
to
Thank
talk
you for
about this.
inviting me.
Yeah, no worries, man. I hope I get to meet you next time I'm in town.
You let me know. I'm usually here.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Rise up, fighters, we won't back down. Voices loud, tearing through the ground. Every wound's a badge we wear with pride. Never surrender. We've got the fire inside. Told that we're too loud, but we scream and we'll never bow. Tears and scars forge this steel. No more doubts, this power's real. We are unbroken, we're the storm. All their rules, we've torn apart the norm. No apologies, hearts ablaze, we're the sun, we're the endless days. Rise up, fighters, we won't back down. Voices loud, tearing through the ground. Every wound's a badge we wear with pride. Never surrender. We've got the fire inside.